Hey right guys, Trish Munch's Joe here, and today we are watching and reacting to episode 1 of the Vampire Diaries season 4. We obviously ended on a very, if not the best episode of the Vampire Diaries last episode. If it was definitely top 3, easily top 5. Definitely top 5, possibly top 3. Maybe not the best episode, but it's up there. With that cliffhanger in the final scene in the water with the car, I thought was actually very well done. And the build up to that, like, you had bits like Damon almost dying, Alaric dying, you had Klaus dying, not really, because his body's been swapped. But then I'm like, well, how does that work with Tyler now? So quite a lot going on in the last episode. I think it was, and then the fact that Elena saw Damon first as well, and then she had to make the choice. There was so much going on, and it wrapped up the season very, very nicely. So, yeah, I'm actually excited for this episode. Honestly, I'm curious what they're going to do with obviously Elena and stuff, and the reaction of everyone finding out what's actually kind of happened. Before we get into that, of course, though, we are going to do a little Q&A. I'd asked for some questions over on Patreon, so if you do want to join in, we do a Q&A at the start of every season that we watch for every show. So we have 19 questions, I believe, here, and some of them have multiple questions. So we'll get through these as quickly as we can, and then we will, of course, do the character tier list, and then we will get into the reaction. So if you've got time, stick around, learn some things, maybe see where the characters rank. If not, then you can just jump to the reaction if you so please. But thank you to everyone who asked a question on Patreon. We're starting with Therese, I'm not really sure. Do you think Elena will turn into a vampire next episode, or do you think they'll find a loophole? What do you hope for? Do you think Elena as a vampire would be better than human Elena, like with Caroline? So we've got 3 separate kind of ones. We'll whittle this down. Do I think she'll become a vampire? I hope she does. This kind of answers the second one as well, because I think Elena is at a point now where I think maybe you could have had season 4 of her doing what she's doing, but I feel like we've seen Elena doing what she's doing, and it's kind of getting annoying. I mean, if you've seen the reactions to season 3, she gets very frustrating. This whole, oh, we have a plan, Elena's got in the way, or we have a plan, but now they've threatened Elena, so now we have to alter the plan, or we have a plan, and Elena's told someone about the plan, so we have to alter the plan. It's like, okay, we kind of get it. So I think her becoming a vampire will mix things up so well that it's like the only course they can go for. So will I think she'll be better than a human Elena? Surely. I don't know if it'll be on the level of Caroline, because Caroline jumped massively. She was like one of the more annoying characters in season 1. With some good moments in there, but then season 2 she became one of my favourite, and season 3 now as well she became one of my favourite characters, which we'll get to in the tier list, of course. But yeah, I'd hope for it. If she is worse than human Elena, if she was to become a vampire, then that's unfortunate. But we shall see. If Bonnie finds a loophole, I'm going to be disappointed by that. Or if anyone finds a loophole, just no, please no. Don't do that, we'll see. And then what storyline would you like for Bonnie next season? Yeah, some people will let me know, like, actually in the finale of season 3, that they aren't happy with how Bonnie was treated in at least the 3 seasons that I watched. I don't know about opinions on future seasons, but for me, I think I was letting it slide a bit in season 1 and maybe partly season 2. I was like, okay, yeah, she's the witch character and she's finding loopholes. And then I think she actually had a decent storyline in season 1, to be fair. But I feel like with season 3 especially, Bonnie for me is one of the best characters that's so underutilized. It's ridiculous. She only pops in when there's a problem. Only ever will she pop in when there's a problem, and then she'll suffer some trauma, and then they'll ship her off for 3 eps and then bring her back in, and it's like, okay, we get it. We're just going to trauma dump on Bonnie. And you can have your characters like that, sure, but when it's Bonnie, it's like it's kind of been done to death now. And someone pointed out as well, it's like the only black character they have, and this just seems to be like all the trauma they can throw on Bonnie. And it's like, okay, could you not do it on like Jeremy or Matt? 2 characters that no one really cares about, and it's like, I don't know, you one black character that you have in the show. Like I said, I was kind of letting it slide a bit in earlier parts of the show, but now we're on season 3, and it's been the same thing. It's like, okay, yeah, she's the witch. She's going to get some loophole, and then someone that she cares about is going to die or suffer, and then Bonnie's going to be upset with Elena, and then Bonnie's going to blame her. So it's just like, oh my god. So as for Bonnie this season, they need to do more. I don't even care about like romances with Bonnie, because they have had that. They've had that with Jeremy. That fell through. They had it with, I don't even know his name. Her mum's guy who worked there. What happened to, are they together? I don't really know what's happening there. I think that's it. Yeah. So I'm not bothered about romances with Bonnie. I just want like, and also they tried to, I guess, do a story with her mum last season, but that just was crap. That was one of the worst seasons, one of the worst storylines of the show. Actually, was, oh, I didn't think I'd be a good mom, so I left. Okay, I haven't heard that a million times in every show. So yeah, I hope for more with Bonnie. And it's not Bonnie's fault. Bonnie's great. It's the writers for sure. Daniel asks, if Elena finds out that she met Damon first, will she ditch Stefan and date Damon? Because Elena did say if they met first, do you think she's being literal or just trying to let Damon down gently? If she becomes a vampire, she would remember that as well, which is something I've just clicked onto. Because Caroline remembered, when she became a vampire, she remembered all the parts she was compelled to forget. They all came back to her. So Elena has to become a vampire, because then that plot point will make more sense. Like, she'll remember that, and then it's like, oh, now it's like a dilemma of, does she actually go for the one she met first, or I don't know. That's a tricky one. Do I think she was being literal or trying to let him down gently? I do think she was being literal, because if you look at how I think it was the time Stefan came into her life. But then I'm like, Stefan saved her life as well. Damon didn't really do that. Stefan was there at the start, literally for her. Not just like, oh, they saw each other first, but he was there for her. Damon was being a nuisance in season 1. And then Stefan did save her life. So I think it would be tricky for her. I think maybe she'd probably still go for Stefan if she knew that she had seen Damon first, because there's more to it. I think Damon and Elena have better chemistry, but there's more to Stefan's relationship with her. So, yeah. Salma asks, what do you think will happen to Stelena in season 4? So I'm assuming that's Stefan and Elena. I don't actually know the... And then, what was your favourite Delena moments in season 3, they ask. What do I think will happen to them? There's going to be more dialogue. Obviously, they want to keep this whole love triangle going for as long as they can, so she'll question her relationship with him at some point. Stefan's a bit boring at the moment. I think he peaked like the first half of season 3. I thought like Dickhead Stefan was great. Paul Wesley did an amazing job with that, and now he's kind of back into his mundane Stefan, a bit miserable, but still crack a few jokes here and there. So I do like Stefan, don't get me wrong, but I preferred him in the first half of season 3. So yeah, I don't see him lasting for the season, but it's like, what's going to get in the way of that? So it can't be Damon. I do hope Damon sticks to his word. He did say, like, if Elena picks you, then I'll leave town. I don't think he should leave town. That's not going to happen, obviously, but I hope he, like, if Elena leaves Stefan, I hope it's of her own accord and not because Damon was getting in the way of that. So we'll see. And then what was your favourite Delena moments in season 3? The kiss in the hotel was very good. The way they would like lying in bed and like kept glancing at each other, I thought was kind of cool. And I like as well, it's not really a Delena moment, but I like that she reiterated that bringing Stefan out of his evil ways, it would be because of his bond with Damon. I like that she gave that to him, and it wasn't like, oh no, I'm going to bring him out of it because he loves me. It's like, no, it's your brotherly bonds. I thought that was quite cool. AJ asks, what was the biggest surprise of the season? Definitely the ending. That was a good ending. Very much so. As other than that, I would have said Klausstein, but that didn't happen. So no. Biggest surprise. I won't say Tyler becoming a hybrid. That was good, but Alaric becoming a vampire hunter was kind of cool. Anna coming back was kind of cool. I did like that. Yeah, I'd say the ending. Honestly, the ending was so good. I think also as well how much I like Rebecca, because obviously we watched the originals 5 years ago. Like I've said a million times, we are going to give that show another shot when we get there. I believe season 1 starts at the end of this season, so we'll alter it between them, like we were doing with Angel and Buffy. But I remember not liking Rebecca that much. I don't know why. In the originals. And the originals is funny because I remember in the originals I was saying, oh yeah, I remember Rebecca because I've seen parts of the Vampire Diaries like on in the background, and I had watched a few episodes when it aired with my sister because she watched it. So it was there were moments that were on in the background. I remember seeing Rebecca. So it's like it's a whole journey with the Vampire Diaries at the moment. But yeah, I'm surprised by how much I actually really like Rebecca's character, and again we'll talk about that in the tier list. So yeah, Mariah asks 4 questions. One, what's your predictions for next season for all characters? All characters. I don't know if we'll do all. All. Let's do Elena becoming a vampire. Has to. Damon. I don't know. I'd probably still going for Elena. Like Stefan could still go for Elena. Bonnie is probably just going to get shot on the entire season. Caroline. I don't think Caroline and Tyler are going to last. So I'm hoping Caroline and Klaus kind of actually pick up a little bit because people love that. I think those two have great chemistry. So we'll see if they kind of build on that a bit more. Jeremy, I have no clue. Matt probably drink some more alcohol or something. Yeah, I'm already sure. I wouldn't have guessed anything that happened in season 3. So, number 2, who's your favourite character this season? We'll get there. We'll get there. Number 3, what was your favourite storyline this season? I think Dickhead Stefan was just amazing, and definitely like the originals all coming together, like just having them all there instead of like we'd had Klaus, then Klaus went, then Rebecca came, and then there was Elijah at the start, and then Elijah disappeared. He died at the end of or the start of season 3, and then he came back. So it was just kind of nice to have them all there. Granted, we did lose one of them, which was Finn. He's gone for good. Well, gone for good until they find a loophole to bring him back. But yeah, that was the strongest storyline alongside, I think, Stefan being a twat. Number 4, do you think Damon and Elena will happen in season 4? I don't know. I would say yes, but then I'm like, they want to keep that going for as long as they can, and I know this show's 8 seasons or something like that. So we'll say yes. We'll say yes because they've kept it lingering for 3 seasons. Maybe season 4 is like the time for them to have their season. But I don't know if it would happen till like maybe halfway through the season or something. So, Anki asked, if you had to date one character from the Vampire Diaries, who would it be? I read the question somewhere and it made me think, lol, curious for your answer. If I had to date one character from the Vampire Diaries, probably Bonnie. Not Elena. Caroline would be cool to hang out with, but I don't know if I'd date Caroline. Rebecca would be a bit wild. Rebecca do be a bit wild, and so maybe Rebecca. But I'm thinking Bonnie. But me and Bonnie can just go chill out in the wilderness. I'm like, you know what? All your friends are shit, so we can just leave them in Mystic Falls. Let's go to Alaska or something. I don't know. And then me and Bonnie can just hang out, and she can go back to just floating feathers and not have to worry about anyone. And then I'd personally have to get away from Mystic Falls because I feel like if you were to date Bonnie, if you hang out in Mystic Falls, you're probably going to die. So I think Jeremy got off lucky with not actually dying, even though he did technically when Damon killed him. But yeah, I'd say Bonnie, closely followed by Rebecca, but Rebecca would probably eat me alive. So Damon as well, like you can't not throw Damon into the mix. Anna's a ghost though now, so I don't know how that would really work. And even then, I'd probably still pick Bonnie, so we'll go with Bonnie. Anki asks, if you could be one of the supernatural creatures we met until now, vampire, original vampire, witch, werewolf, hybrid, ghost, well, there's actually a lot, which one would you choose? Not ghost, that sounds miserable. Werewolf, no, just because you have to break every bone in your body, so not a werewolf. Hybrid... Say you're like Tyler, like a hybrid that works, not one of those who's like melting away. You can pick to turn whenever you want, and I guess you're not threatened so much by vampires because you can just bite them whenever you want, not just on a full moon. So hybrid's up there. Original vampire, and then vampire. I'd say probably original vampire, just because you have that like. I was gonna say like you have that mindset that you just can't be touched, but then you can, because then everyone's trying. I'd be like a nice original vampire. I'd be like one of those who's like, don't kill me, like Elijah. I'd be like, don't worry about it, I'm not going to get in your way or anything, and then I can just chill out. So yeah, definitely not ghost or werewolf though, they sound horrible. And witch, I feel like Witch, you just get so bored because you're just being used all the time. Everyone's just like, yeah, we need you for something. We need you for something. Can you do this? Can you do this? And just like, oh my god. They are OP though. Like they can just go up to werewolves and vampires and go blah, blah, and they're like all that, and it's yeah, that's kind of cool. They can even do that to original vampires. So witches are the most OP. But like I say, I won't be choosing any violence of anyone, so I'm gonna go original vampire. That sounds kind of cool. I'd kind of like to live a bit longer than like 80 years as well, just to kind of see it, and then just die when I'm ready. I could just like kill myself. So, if you would be unwillingly in transition into a vampire like Caroline's dad or Bonnie's mum this season, would you choose to drink human blood and turn into a vampire? If not, what would you do for your last 20 hours as a human before you die? Not much time, but I would call different family members and talk / say goodbye. I mean, yeah, first off, I would drink the blood. So the second part, we'll answer the second part, but that wouldn't even be an option. I'm drinking that blood. I'm like, yeah, I'll be a vampire. I don't even care. It'd be kind of shit that I can't go out in the sun, but I don't really do that anyway, so that's fine. And maybe I can like talk to Bonnie and get one of those cool rings made. I'm like, yo, I know you don't really know me, but one of those rings, please. I kind of want to. I feel like I'd be alright not going out in the sun for a bit, and then you'd be like, yo, I need to get out. I need to get out and about. Living for a while would be kind of cool. I wouldn't want to live forever. That's too much. But living for a bit longer, wouldn't mind that. And then having to drink human blood every now and again, I would do that. I'm not doing that Stefan diet. Like I'll eat rabbits, and I'll probably end up eating Katara and my dogs, which would be kind of sad. And yeah, maybe that'd be tricky. I'd have to go out and drink human blood because I ain't risking eating my dogs. So yeah. Like every time like I go to cuddle Katara, I'm just there like trying to maybe eat her. I don't like that idea. So, but if I was to not drink the blood, what would I do for my last 20 hours? Probably do a video like saying, "Yo guys, just so you know, I'm not going to drink the blood. I'm going to choose to die. Thanks for all the support. It's been fun. You can unpledge from Patreon because your money's going nowhere anymore. No videos are coming up on Patreon. But cheers, appreciate it. Sorry we never got to finish Friends. That kind of sucks. Maybe I'd like react to like the last episode just to kind of see how Friends, or the last episode of like the really good shows, like maybe like the Diaries and Friends and This Is Us, just to see how they kind of end. So that's like what, 2 hours out of my 20 hours gone, right there. Then yeah, I'd call and talk to everyone. So let's say like that's like another 4 hours of just chatting away. I wouldn't call that many people. I'd call like my 2 best mates, my dad, my mum, my sister, maybe a couple of my uncles. Not really bothered about the rest, so they can all, I'll give them like a quick text, maybe. Yeah, just say, no, I'm going to die, so I don't really care. Then I chill with my dogs, take my dogs on a nice walk, so that's another hour, coming up to about 6-7 hours. Maybe watch The Lord of the Rings, like The Return of the King, one last time. We'll do like a big live stream of it, so we'll all just watch it together while I'm withering away, like I'm literally coughing up blood and dying, and you lot can be there like, I captain, my captain kind of shit. That'd be kind of cool. Maybe I'll live stream my death. What are we on about? What else would I do? Yeah, so I watched Lord of the Rings. That's like 12 hours gone. So let's say we're like 2 hours left. What do you do? What do you do with like the last 2 hours? Yeah, I'd live stream and just hang out. That'd be cool. All right. And yes, what do you think we will see from the originals next season before they have their own show? So it is the next season. What do I think they will do? Well, correct me if I'm wrong. The originals is set in. It's not Chicago. Where is the original set? It's not in Mystic Falls. I know that for a fact. So they're not going to be. Where is it set? New Orleans. That's like the witch place, the capital for the witches. Yeah, that's it. So it's not going to be in Mystic Falls, so they're dipping out at the end of this season for sure. So how Caroline and Klaus work? Not sure how that works, because Caroline isn't in the originals. Yeah, Klaus will get his body back, I'm sure, and then just bimble about, probably cause some nuisances. But yeah, Rebecca makes some friends. I love Rebecca. She deserves better. Ida asks, I beg you all don't spoil anything with these questions. It's scaring me. Have I been spoiled? No, I don't think I've not been spoiled. Maybe if you know what happens, you could consider some of these spoilers. I don't know. I won't say I've been spoiled, thankfully. I usually get DMs if someone's like asked a question that's way too close. They're like, "Don't read this question, I beg." And it's like, okay, I'll dip on that one. Wait, do I know this person? So I've just seen someone comment. Do I know you? So I recognise someone's face, but the pictures on Patreon are so small, I don't actually know. How do you Rui Rui Rui. Sorry, is what I'll say. What do you think about Katarina's character? Is she better or worse than Elena? Oh, she's way better than Elena. So that's a simple answer to that. Way better than Elena. And they also asks, why do you hate Matt so much? Isn't he just a poor innocent human who likes Bonnie? Oh, who like Bonnie? I was very confused then. Who like Bonnie has no one, but still helps his friends, knowing that he will get hurt in the end. I don't think Matt gets hurt in the end. I think Bonnie's been hurt way more than Matt has. 100%. I think everything that bad that's happened to Matt, not everything, but most of the stuff bad that's happened to Matt is just because of like normal circumstances, like his mum being a fool. Vicky dying, yes, actually. So there is that happened. But like I said, his sister was annoying, so I don't think he's that upset about it, honestly. I don't actually hate Matt that much. I just think he's so useless. And I think, not as bad as Mouth. Mouth is way worse with this, but I think Matt thinks he's like the nice guy and he's like the cool guy that everyone can like, oh, you can lean a shot. And it's just like, no, I don't forget about how poorly Matt treated Caroline in season 1. He was just like, also, I don't forget that Damon killed Jeremy. That's like something I just will not forget. With Matt, he dragged her along. He was so still like hung up on Elena. He treated Caroline like shit because she was making conversation all the time, and then he was just there like Elena, making Caroline feel shitty. So Matt, granted, was not as bad in this season as he was in season 1, but season 1 he was trash. Don't even try to tell me he was not trash in season 1, and that's what annoys me, because Damon knows he's a bad person. Damon knows that. He knows he's a prick. Matt thinks he's the nice guy, and he's not. It's like Mouth from One Tree Hill. He like thinks he's this great guy that everyone loves, and he's just down on his luck. It's like, no, you're a knob. Go away. Yes, Matt was not as bad in season 3. I'll give him that, I guess, but I still don't think he's exceptional. But I don't hate him. I don't. If you ever just hate a character, like really, you're there like itching at the skin, like you hate them, like it's like, okay, they don't exist. You just kind of have to remind yourself. I'm like, oh, Matt doesn't exist. I can't hate him. He annoys me. That's different. Right, Bella asks, favourite moment from season 3, any predictions from season 4, why do you think Elena made the wrong decision? You're straight up saying picking Stefan was the wrong decision then? And like, yeah, we said with Stefan, it's just that whole like he's been there for her at the start, and yeah, he probably should have gone for Damon, but I don't know. I can kind of see why she went for Stefan. It makes sense. Favorite moment from season 3, the ending, or I think it was episode 5 where Klaus got Stefan to turn off his emotions. I think Joseph Morgan, amazing throughout the whole season, but especially with that episode. As was Paul Wesley, actually, he was amazing in that episode. Elena and Damon's kiss at the hotel was really good. My reaction might not have seemed great. I was having a really down 2 days when I reacted to that episode. I remember that, which is unfortunate. I don't know if that came across in the reaction, but I was miserable for like 48 hours. So yeah, and my reaction might not have really expressed it that well in that episode, but that was a really good moment. What else do we have? Anna coming back. I wouldn't say it's the best moment, but yeah, I like Anna. So, any predictions for season 4? Elena's going to be a vampire. That's my prediction. I'll be very confused if they don't go down that road, and she will team up with Damon in the final third of the season. I think she'll try it with Stefan for a little bit, and then Damon's just going to be there, like getting in the way. Which I hope he doesn't, though, because he did say he wouldn't. Like I said, I don't think it's realistic for him to leave town. I don't think that's going to happen, but We'll see. Emily Louise asks, do you think Klaus and Caroline will happen? If so, how? And when do you think it will happen? It has to happen. Like, everyone loves them though. Every comment's just like, oh, they're my favourite ship. So yeah, they have to happen. I don't know if they'll last because, like, she's not in the originals, so I don't. It's not like she left town with Klaus, unless she pops up in the originals at some point. But yeah, I hope they do. I think they have. I think they have really good chemistry, and it's nice seeing Klaus have more than his like villain ways, which other characters bring out in him, like Rebecca, but Caroline does it the best. So I do think it came across very quickly, but it works. So I'm not too fussed about it. Edward asks, "What do you think of Bonnie always getting the short end?" Yeah, like I've expressed how I feel about that. I think it's ridiculous, and hopefully they swap that up in season two. Two, who do you think is better for Elena? Stefan's better for her, I think. I think Damon's not done enough to prove that he's the better choice. Just because, yes, she has chemistry with him and she makes her feel alive and all this, but he killed your brother. He killed Alaric. He killed Alaric this season, so he still switches like that. Like I said, I don't even think she should be dating either of them, honestly. I don't think she should be dating Matt either, though, so it's a hard one. She loves them both, but they. Stefan was wild at the start of the season, and Damon killed Alaric at the start of the season, so he's not changed that much. Three, what do you think of Alaric's ring turning him into a killer? Yeah, I thought that storyline. I didn't mind it as much because they set it up early on in the season. They didn't just randomly pull it out of their arse like in the final few eps and was like, oh yeah, just so you know, this ring's evil now. Like, no, the murders were starting to happen, I think, in like the first third of the season, like with Nanny Carrie's boyfriend and all that. So, and then Caroline's dad being killed as well. So, yeah, it was good. It wasn't the best storyline, but it was good. Had a good payoff as well. Him in the last episode and the episode where real Alaric died. I thought it was good. Heather asks, since most people say season 3 is the best of the Vampire Diaries, are you still excited? Yes, because I have the originals to look forward to as well, so I'm still interested in this universe. And honestly, like, people said Friends season 7 is one of the worst seasons of Friends, and I thought it was great. So maybe season 4. I mean, to be fair, like, but most people said season 5 of Friends is the best, and that is still the best season of the show where I'm at, as an example. So maybe a season won't top season 3, which would be unfortunate because we still have so many seasons to go. But for me personally, that could be different. I might prefer season 4 or 5, but I don't know. Season 3 was really good, so that'd be hard. I didn't finish it. Are you still excited for what's to come, or maybe worried that will go downhill? I think every show's going to go downhill when it's this length. It's just by how much. If it gets really bad, I've always said I'll drop a show if I'm not enjoying it. I'm not going to. Maybe back in the day I would have with like Glee and stuff, but I'm not going to drag myself through Glass just to finish a show anymore. So if I'm still reacting to a show, assume that I'm still enjoying it. Is at least you can say that. Number 2, what's been your favourite supernatural creature so far? I think the hybrids are pretty cool. I like the idea of them. Klaus especially, because he's like an original vampire, a vampire, and a werewolf hybrid, so like kind of 4 in 1. He's only missing out on being a witch and a ghost, and then he's OP as well. So yeah, I'd probably say hybrids are cool, but the best is original vampires is just ridiculous in a good way. Number 3, who's your favourite villain of season 3? My boy Klaus, but Rebecca is close. Michael was so underused, that still annoys me. Number 4, favourite episode of the season? The finale, but also episode 5, very close. Those two bangers, absolute bangers. Love both those. I like that they were both kind of far apart as well, like that, because that got you like, oh, that was a great episode dead early on in the season, and then you ended off very strong as well. Number 5, favourite friendship or character dynamic? For me, it's Klaus and Stefan. That is a good one. When those two bounce off each other very, very well. Alaric and Damon, I think, have a really good friendship. I like that Damon clearly was upset when he died, so it shows that they did have a good bond. I thought that since season 1 as well, so that's really good. no one's standing out. Like Bonnie, no one. Matt, no one. Elena, no one. Like I know like Elena and Caroline are friends, but it's like no, don't really care. Damon and Stefan, I guess that's like obvious, but yeah, sure. I'd say Damon and other than Klaus and Stefan, which you mentioned, I'd say Damon and Alaric. Yeah, I really like their friendship. Tiala. I don't know how to say that. That's a cool name though. I'm saying it right. It's like Tiala. I think that might be how you say it, but that's a cool name. Stelena or Delena so far. I'd prefer Delena, but Stelena makes more sense. I'm not upset with either. I like both of them for different reasons. Um, Damon's a better character, so for me it's as simple as Elena's not that good of a character, so I'm not like I know this was like a heavy like ship wars back in the day, but for me I'm just like I'm invested, but I'm not like that invested where I need one or I'm gonna die. It's like Elena's to me is not that intriguing. It's like Damon and Stefan that are the two interesting ones. And to me, Damon's the more interesting one. So, who has more chemistry? Probably Damon and Elena, personally. So, if I had to pick one, I'd say Elena. Hamdi asks, with the final question, have you noticed the lack of character development and solid romance storylines for Bonnie? Especially when compared to Caroline and Elena, she had Jeremy who literally cheated on her after she upset the balance of nature to save him. So I don't think he counts. Yeah. Who would you ship Bonnie with, and what kind of character development would you like to see for the upcoming seasons? Like I said, I'm not super invested in Bonnie finding a romance. I think that'd be cool. I don't know who I'd ship her with. Not Klaus. That'd be kind of strange. And it's not going to be Damon because he literally killed a mum. Stefan? No. Matt? No, God. Jeremy? No. Elijah? Don't know why I said it like that. I could maybe see that. Elijah and Bonnie? I don't know. That's like a strange visual. I don't know how that works. I don't know. Cole and Finn's dead, but Cole no. Wow, there's really no one that I'd ship Bonnie with. I'd say everyone I mentioned, I'd say maybe Elijah. That's so sad. So no one. I'd go no one if I had to pick. If I had to pick Elijah, but no. Yeah, I've noticed the lack of development. Caroline's developed so well as a character. Elena has her ups and downs, but she was really good in season 3. To be fair, she had really good moments. Bonnie, like I said, just pops in and out when she wants, or not when she wants, when the writers decide it's time, and she's just very underused, which is super unfortunate. So yeah, I really hope they make more of an effort with Bonnie this season. She deserves it, and not just like in a we need Bonnie for a spell kind of way. That's not development. That's just using a character for the sake of it, and that's just like, okay, we have her on the back burner as a get out of jail free card. It's like, no, Bonnie's a better character than that. Like, despite her lack of development this season, she's still one of my favorite characters, and that says a lot about her character. So yeah, that's all the questions though. We will jump into the character tier list, but thank you to everyone who asked a question. Actually, there were some really good ones there actually. I enjoyed a lot of these, like what would I do in my last 20 hours? It was pretty fun. What else we got? Oh yeah, the supernatural creatures was cool. Best dynamic. Yeah, well these are, you guys have smashed it with this one. Good job. Alright guys, I'll see you in a sec for the tier list. Give me a second. Alright, here we go guys. This is all the characters. I think there's 21 to get through from the last season. So some of their heads have been chopped off, like Damon's got half a head. I think that's Elijah's got the bottom half of his head. So, like I said, I don't want to delve too deep into trying to find really good images. I just put in the season and then the character because I want to avoid spoilers, obviously. So, I think all these images are from season 3. And just to compare, this is where we kind of had the characters in season 2. So, obviously, Jenna's not in this one, Mason's not in this one. We've used the same image of Tyler. Catherine, I've forgotten. So, I'll tell you where Catherine will go. But at the top we have Damon. Again, he's an unfortunate picture image because it's just half his head each time, I guess. Elijah at number 2, Bonnie at number 3, then we had Alaric, Katerina, Stefan, Caroline, and then Klaus was at the bottom of Fantastic because season 2 he was amazing, but he was only in like the last 2 episodes. I know he was in Alaric's body for a little while, but and then we had Elena, Tyler, Mason, Jenna in really good. Okay was Rose, Jeremy, and Liz, and then poo on my shoe. We had Carol and Matt. That makes sense. Yeah, so that's where we were at with the end of season 2. So let's see where these characters change. We'll start with Michael. We have Esther here, but this was the only good image I could find of Michael. I'm going to put him in They Exist. I think he had the potential to be a really good villain, and he just was not. He was so underused and died within 5 seconds of being in the actual show. I know we had a lot of his flashbacks, but when he was in the actual show, I felt like he was in it for 1 episode, and I kind of get why they did it, because his whole mission was to kill Klaus, and I guess they had to come up with reasons, or they would have had to come up with reasons as to why he would delay killing Klaus, but I think they could have got away with another episode or 2 with him, and they just killed him off, so that was unfortunate, and he just kind of disappeared. That's him done. Let's do Alaric. I'm going to put him in, not quite best of the best this season, but I will put him in the greats. I think a lot of the season was spent on him, obviously being the psycho killer, mass murderer, which was a good storyline. I don't think it was the best that they've done. And I think villain Alaric is actually kind of cool. Again, I think they kind of looked at how he was when he was playing Klaus, the actor, and probably thought he did a good job, so they tried to weave that in with this season as well and make it about the ring, which is, like I say, it's a good storyline, but he's gone now. So I think the best parts of Alaric are his friendship with Damon and when he's like helping out with Elena and stuff. And yeah, I don't think he's at his best when he has his own storyline, but he's a good sidekick. So yeah, I like Alaric. He's cool. Jeremy, I wouldn't say he's terrible, but I'm going to put him in They Exist, honestly. What's he done this? I guess at the start of the season, he had his whole ghost storyline going on, then that whittled out in ep 6 or something, or 7, and then he just kind of bimbled around. He disappeared for half the season, just went to play baseball or whatever, and made friends with Cole. So yeah, I don't hate Jeremy, but he just exists. I thought he was actually kind of good in season 1, and then since then, nah, we're good. Let's save some of the mains. Let's do Nanny Carrie, or what's her actual name in this? Meredith. I'm going to go They Exist again. I don't think she was that exceptional. I thought maybe she could have been, but no, I like the actress. I've seen her in a lot of things now, and she's actually pretty good. But as a character here, she was Alaric's love interest, and then I guess she's the reason Elena could potentially be a vampire, which is kind of mad. I'm sure Damon's going to not be the best pleased with that one if that goes down that road. But let's go with above all, I think below Michael. I think Michael, the premise of Michael is more interesting than Nanny Carrie. Abby, terrible. A lot of people thought I was being a bit too harsh on Abby, but no, she was a bad mom. What really put the nail in the coffin was her whole reasoning. It's like, I knew I'd be a bad mom. I hate that so much. Any parent, I knew I'd be a bad dad. I just knew I'd be a bad mum. Oh, get out then. What's the point? So she isn't terrible. And especially because it's Bonnie's mum. It's so annoying because Bonnie's mum could have really actually had Bonnie give a worthy storyline this season. But no, of course her mum's crap. So yeah, terrible. Carol. I don't hate Carol, but I mean, she did kind of get Caroline tortured at the start of the season. So yeah, she's not done anything to go in above that, so I'm still going to put her in terrible. What's she done this season that's like, yeah, you can get out the terrible pile, you've done something here? No, she's not really been in the season, I'll give her that, but yeah, she just flopped around. She's a non-existent character to me, and just kind of annoying, honestly. Liz is a bit better. I'll probably put her in They Exist, maybe below Jeremy. I think I like that she's kind of come around on Caroline being a vampire. She seems a bit more okay with it. I mean, she did tell them to literally run away, so I'm sure she's fine with it now. But yeah, I'll never forget when she shot Jeremy. Was that the finale of season 2? That was so good. Just shot. Where was she here? Yeah, she's in okay, I guess, there as well. So I'll put it pretty much a little bit up, I guess. Bill. Terrible. Another terrible parent. All these are parents. Yeah, you're there. The way he spoke to Caroline, racist vibes, straight up. Like, no, I do not like Bill. Again, the actor is actually pretty good. I remember him from Heroes, and he was in Westworld as well for one episode, which was kind of cool. But yeah, I'm glad Bill's dead. No one's losing any sleep over him being gone. I mean, maybe Caroline a little bit because it was her literal dad, but he was a trash dad. You're better off without him. Right, we've got all the originals here. Wow, there's a lot of originals to get through. Elena, we'll see. Elena. Let's do Tyler. I'm going to put him in good. I think him becoming a hybrid, I think, was a really good storyline, and his relationship with Caroline is good, but I think his character started to whittle in the final third of this season. Like, he's still in good because of the first half of this season, but the second half, he's borderline in that they exist. So season 4, he needs to step up his character a bit, because where was he? Yeah, he's in good there as well. So he's not really gone up or down for me. But he just kind of, like I say, I like his relationship with Caroline, but even that started to fizzle out a bit at the end. Like, it doesn't seem like they have that much chemistry anymore. So we'll see. He's still a good character for now. Season 4 is going to be whether he stays there or goes down, though, because he is very, very close. Who else? All right, I think these are all mains, really. So we'll get these 3 originals done. Esther, another pretty bad parent. I mean, maybe you could consider... Maybe you'd argue she's a good parent because she's trying to destroy all evil in the world, but I guess as an actual mom, probably still a bad parent. But not terrible. I'm going to put her above... I mean, she was in long... Michael was more of a threat, I felt. Yeah, Michael was more interesting, but Esther was in it longer. But I'm going to say Michael was a better character. That's why I'm kind of annoyed he died. He felt like an actual threat. Esther just bimbled about, did some spells, and favoured Finn. So, yeah, she was a bit... I thought she'd be better than she was. Her best moment was when she walked in and Klaus was shitting himself, and then that was it. She peaked there. So, yeah, Esther exists. And then we have Finn, also exists. Probably better than her. Probably still not as good as Michael, I guess. Yeah, he's definitely the weakest in terms of an actual character when it comes to the originals. Because even Cole's more annoying, but Cole feels like more of an actual character. Finn just simped over his own mom, which is weird. But so yeah, he can go They Exist, and Cole can go in terrible, because even though he's a better character than Finn, he's so annoying. He's all like smarmy little face. He can go at the top though. Ugh, gives me tingles. I don't like him. I do respect that he just made friends with Jeremy though, just to kind of get through to them. that kind of sucks. The one friend Jeremy made, and it was an original. That sucks. All right, we got the big ones now. Matt. I can't. Can I put him down with that group at the bottom? No, I can't. This is my thing. Matt's easy to make reactions to, but I don't hate him. So he can go in They Exist. He wasn't that bad this season. I'll be honest, I guess, if I have to be. He wasn't that bad this season. Not as bad as he was in seasons 1 and 2. So I'll put him there. How about that? So well done, Matt. You've got from the literal bottom to up one. I just like to make remarks about Matt because I think it's funny. I don't actually really care for Matt. So he can go in They Exist, I guess. I'm not like that bothered about him. Right, who do we have? Who am I jumping towards? Let's go with Elijah. Well, I think he's at the top. Yeah, he's not going to be in GOATed this season, that's for sure. He wasn't in it enough to be there. He was only in the second half, and even then he was barely in it. So I'm still going to put him in the greats, because the time he did have... Believe it or not, that is Elijah, I promise. The time he was in it, he was really strong, but he wasn't in it that much, and... That's okay, because he was in season 2 way more. He was like an actual threat. He was the threat in season 2 for a lot of it, and then he kind of came around, and then season 3 just kind of popped up and, I guess, trusted Elena still, which is weird. But yeah, I like Elijah. I love his whole character. The actor does a good job with him. I like the idea of a villain who actually sticks to his word. I always respect that about villains. I've said it before, but 24 is one of my like they always have villains who like, I'll give you my word, I'll do this, and they never do. It's so annoying. It kind of gets sickening after a bit and boring. So I like that we have a villain that genuinely, well, I'll say genuinely sticks to his word, and he still hasn't even managed to do that every time. You know, saving Klaus at the end of season 2, but it's fine. We'll let him off. Caroline, where were you in season 2? In fantastic. Caroline is going in best of the best. She's great. I think every scene she's in, she's entertaining to watch. I still think there's some moments where she does annoy me sometimes, but nowhere near as much as season 1. And season 2, she started to come into her own as a character, and like when she became a vampire. And then season 3, she's a lot of fun. I think her chemistry with Klaus is really good as well. Her friendship with Elena is pretty cool. I do wish we got a bit more of a friendship with Bonnie, but we know how that's going to work. So I think the weakest part about her is probably her romance with Tyler at the moment. But yeah, I really like Caroline. I think Elijah and Alaric have better moments than Caroline, but I think Caroline's just more consistent as a character all the way through. So best of the best on that one. Let's do Elena. Where were you, Elena? In good. Top of really good last season. I'm going to stick with that, I think. I'm going to put her at the top of good. I think when Elena's good, she's really good. Like, she has episodes where she's like probably the best part of the episode. There are times where that happens. But then when Elena's annoying, she is annoying. She's one of the most annoying characters on this list, for sure. But then she's also one of the best characters when she's the best. So, example, the last episode of the last season, she was so good in it. Elena was so good. But then you have an episode where she tells Elijah the plan about, because she feels guilty. And it's just like, oh, okay, I get you trying to humanize Elena. That's nice. But really, we're doing this over and over and over again with Elena. So that gets boring. And that's why I really hope they actually do make her into a vampire, because they can stop that. Elena's not going to be in like the old danger all the time if she's a vampire. So, I mean, maybe still sometimes, but yeah, I can't do another season of her being in peril and Damon and Stefan having to have a dilemma on whether they should save her or stick to the plan, and then always picking Elena anyway. It's like, okay. So yeah, she's staying in good for now. Maybe season 4 that can change, but again, it's main character syndrome. Happens with every main character in most shows. Alright. Let's do Rebecca. I didn't think she wasn't in the last season, no. Oh, she came in this season? Wow. I'm putting best of the best. I think she's better than Caroline. Yeah, I love her. I think she, again, kind of has annoying moments, but you see why that is when you have a brother like Klaus who just abuses you all the time, and then your father's literally trying to hunt you down and kill you, and then your mum's trying to kill you as well currently. She's lived a bit of a shitty life. I'm going to let it slide, and she's fun. I think she's a fun character. She's not likeable all the time, for sure, but she is one of the most entertaining characters to watch. So I love her way more than I thought I would, because, again, based on the originals, I didn't think I would like her that much. But, yeah, and I'm, again, excited to get into the originals just to give it another shot and see how I feel about the characters this time around. So let's do Bonnie. I think Bonnie was at the top. Yeah, I can't put her there again, I'm afraid. I can't put her in best of the best. I want to, but she was not that good this season. Bonnie's staying as high as she is because she's still a really likeable, interesting character, but as a storyline and as the way she was used in the show, I'm going to put her at the top, though. I'll put her at the top of the greats. I think like she has it in her to be better than Rebecca and Caroline. She has it in her to be the best character of the show, but we need to see what the writers do, because at the moment, not the one. Alright, let's do Stefan. Where were you? Fantastic. I'm probably going to keep him there, below Bonnie. First half of the season, he would have been in best of the best, but I think that started to fall through in the second half when he went back to his old. Yeah, I get it. It's fine. It's Stefan, but I definitely preferred him when he was being a bit more of a villain, and we kind of lost that, unfortunately. So he can stay in greats, but that's still a good place to be. I think there are times where Stefan is like literally and they exist. There are moments where he is there, but then there are also moments where he's in best of the best. So Yeah, right, we got these two, the big ones. Damon, who was at number 1 last time, and Klaus, who, granted, was not in best of the best, but he had little screen time. So, Damon, yeah, you can't have the Vampire Diaries without Damon. He's just... Ian Somerhalder smashes it. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I think he's the best actor up. He's one of the... I think the only actor in this show where you look at him and go, no one else could have played Damon. Like, to that level. I don't know. I don't think like he's doing like an Emmy-worthy performance or anything like that, but I just think the way he goes about playing Damon is so unique to Ian Somerhalder's performance that it makes it... I don't know. He smashes it out of the park. So, Damon, amazing. There's still times where Damon annoys me, for sure. I think him killing Alaric, I'm just like, okay, we're doing this again. I know him killing Jeremy was last season, but yeah, and then my favourite character of the season is Klaus. He just... All the best parts of this season were because of Klaus, pretty much. Not all the best parts, like I said, the last episode, I guess, kind of wasn't so much to do with Klaus, but yeah, he had the best storylines. He was the best villain they've had. Joseph Morgan, kind of like Ian Somerhalder, plays Klaus so well. Like the when he's like just shouting while crying is like he can nail those performances so well, and I think he's up there with best acting with Ian Somerhalder. I think those two are just on another level. I think maybe even the actor who plays Elijah, but he's very more subdued about it. Like, he's not over the... I'm not saying Joseph Morgan and Ian are over the top of their performances, but because Elijah isn't an over-the-top character, I think... I don't know the actor who plays him. I want to say it's... Let me see if I can get this. Daniel Giles? Gills? I don't know. Daniel. Okay, yeah, I wouldn't have got that. I do recognise the name, but I wouldn't have got that. Yeah, he's amazing. So there we go. That is my ranking of the characters for season 3. We have Klaus at number 1, Damon, Rebecca, Caroline. Bonnie would have been up there if she just had better storylines this season. I think she would have been at the best of the best, but this season she just was not. Stefan. Actually, I'm actually going to take Bonnie below Stefan. I think Stefan brought more to the show in the first half. Alaric's cool, Elijah, very good, and then Elena and Tyler. Tyler's very close to being in They Exist, so he needs to sort it out. Jeremy, and then we've got all the characters that exist, and then the terrible ones, Abby, Cole, Carol, and Bill. 3 parents at the bottom, and then Esther very, very close. Michael very close. Liz, Liz isn't terrible, so she's... Is Liz the best parent? Oh my god, she is. Liz is the best parent, and she's in They Exist. That's tragic. Alright, I'm going to jump into the reaction now because I've been rambling for so long, and I need to watch this episode and see what happens. So, episode 1 of season 4. Let's do this.
I was born here.
Oh, it feels like a season 1 intro. Where's leap off the building?
And mine.
And mine. And Rory Gilmore's.
Even hybrids.
Even hybrids, bloody hybrids.
Our friends.
Our enemies.
The ones we love.
Yes, so dramatic and
And
cheesy.
the ones we've lost.
I'm human. At least I was.
At least she was. We're doing a time skip? We're doing a time skip? Not 10 years later, that'd be way too much. These are meant to be super white. 5 years later. I don't know.
You were in an accident.
Oh my god. Matt, is he...
You've lost both of your legs. Oh, damn.
That's Stefan, the hero.
How did you...
Save you? He didn't.
Yeah, Matt kind of flopped. This whole hero talk he was given.
The road, you had vampire blood in your system, Elena.
So, yeah, just so you know.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does that mean that I... Am I dead?
I talked to Bonnie. She said she's stronger than ever.
No, the only thing that's going to help is from defeating the transition.
No. Oh, they're going to do it, aren't they? They're going to do it.
We all know the drill. You feed or you die. There is no door number 3.
Oh, there will be, though. There will be.
I don't want to be... I can't be a vampire. If there's something that Bonnie can do, we have to try.
Oh, they're going to do it. Straight away. Just everything I didn't want. Bonnie being used. And, I mean, again, it kind of makes sense this time around. And Elena's not going to become one. I mean, we'll see, we'll see. It could be like that whole false hope thing.
Way to get her hopes up for something that's never happened. The history of vampirism.
You know what? You weren't there the day Elena
Wow.
looked me in the eye and told me she absolutely never wanted this.
Now the world has one more quarterback. Bravo, brother.
Yeah, that was silly.
That I will regret for the rest of my life.
See, you regret it already.
Now let me try to fix it.
That was a poor decision. I thought that when it happened. It's like, I get you which want to do what Elena wants for once, but saving Matt over Elena?
Jer.
Don't get close, Jeremy.
I watched Vicky go through this. She was a mess.
Bit harsh.
Have you talked to Bonnie?
Yeah. She said when I was shot, she made some plea to the witch spirits to bring me back. And they listened.
Yeah, but the consequences were horrible.
Well, not that bad. They were fine.
I need my sister. Not another one of them.
Ooh, that sounded a bit racist as well, Jeremy. Wow. He handling it super well.
Elena's dead and no longer my concern.
You're forgetting who just saved your
Ooh,
life.
oh my.
Forgetting I can rip your tongue out.
Wow. Bonnie could wreck you. What are you on about?
Same rules apply. No one knows. No one. Do you understand me, Bonnie?
Cool. Oh yeah, we need to get Klaus out of time. I don't want this.
Pastor Young.
Pastor,
to what do we owe the honor?
what?
And don't tell me it's your blood pressure again.
The blood in this place has a habit of flying off the shelves.
Who gave you that authority?
The council.
Oh yeah. He looks like Carol's brother, I'm saying. He has the same eyes as Carol.
Elena doesn't want to be a vampire.
She doesn't want to be dead, and now she's not.
Carol.
This isn't your fault, Matt.
This is all my fault. I was driving. I was saved. She's a vampire because of me.
Well, Rebecca, Stefan, and you. So you can split the blame. And Meredith.
Tyler's dead, and everything's different now.
I'll be your boyfriend. Saying that. Throughout some cringe.
What's going on?
We just need to ask a few questions about
Okay,
your son.
maybe
Arrest
not.
me. I'm the mayor
Brother
of this
then.
town.
Not anymore, you're not.
Got him.
Sorry, Liz. You're not going to work today.
You're going to prison, which is also your job, so maybe you are going to work.
We're making our move.
We're making our move and we're ready to groove. Yeah, I'm not being funny. She probably should not be the sheriff.
Good question. There's just a whole
She's
lot
gonna get
going
caught.
on anyways.
Caught.
Is everything okay?
Wrecked. Yeah.
Caroline, what's going on?
Again. Well, that's... Yeah, we're starting with Caroline just getting wrecked straight away.
I should have saved you first. I
Yes.
shouldn't be going through this right now.
No, if you'd saved me, then Matt would be dead. What
So?
are you gonna be going through then?
Who cares? Apart from the, like, store clerk who's going to lose out on business not selling booze. But that's literally it.
Because then you have another choice to make. Either let yourself die or be a vampire.
Well, then we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Poor choice of words, but also quite funny.
Oh my God, did I just say cross that bridge?
She actually picked up on it. I respect that. Bants.
You're laughing. I'm pretty sure you don't actually think that's funny.
No, it's pretty funny.
Emotions are a bit heightened today.
I mean, she's having a giggle. This is the happiest she's been, I think, ever. Oh, no, we're changing. We've swapped. We've swapped. There we go. It was fun while it lasted.
Buy this?
Oh, it's this scene.
Gone. Thank you.
Didn't he tell her, like, oh, I can't remember what he said exactly. That he loves her, but then he made her forget. Yeah, the memories are coming back. I thought they wouldn't come back till she made the transition, though.
I just have to say
I can't
something.
remember, actually.
Why do you have to say it with my necklace?
Because what I'm about to say is,
Ooh.
I love you, Elena. And it's because I love you that
And just like that, they've made the love triangle continue.
why you can't know this. I don't deserve you.
Were Ian and Nina still together at this point? Or had they broken up at this point? Imagine having to work with your ex that close to, like, having a breakup. That's why you probably shouldn't date co-workers.
We shouldn't have to forget this.
Especially ones where then you have to act like you're in love on screen. Rebecca! Yeah, I don't know about that drawing.
You should know better than to sneak up on a lady.
Good advice. Have you seen one?
Tragic about
Oh.
Elena.
Oh yeah,
Not to
she
make
did
my
it.
Claire grayer, but does Matt even have automobile insurance?
Yeah, that was never gonna happen. Mad. Get wrecked, I guess. Oh, already. Well, there you go. I guess you came in, did a scene, and dead for 4 eps now.
Steven?
That's stoofing to
Elena,
you.
don't move.
Oh, okay. I mean, they're getting shit done, I'll give them that. They are getting shit done. Even though it's very poor timing.
You incessant woman. Hey, Mom. What's up?
Tyler, thank God. Are you okay?
You incessant woman.
Tyler, don't tell me where you are. The less I know, the better.
Why are you calling him then? I mean, just check it's okay.
You didn't answer your phone, honey.
I was so scared that you were with Caroline.
Why? What happened to Caroline?
Oh, now he's worried.
The council took her.
What do you mean they took her?
Yeah, they got the whole crew.
For Vane Road.
Okay, she's not dead then. I guess they took the stake out.
What exactly do they think they can do to me?
Wow, apparently not a lot. Is that Tyler / Klaus?
What the hell happened?
I think you crashed. Yeah, but it's Klaus. He just takes Caroline and leaves Rebecca, imagine.
You're alive?
Oh yeah.
Are you alive?
Well, kind of. Oh, is he actually gonna?
Keep him busy, little sister.
He actually is. That's nice of him to do, isn't it? Keep him busy.
Hey, is Elena here?
Oh,
In what world are you the one that gets to live?
James,
he ain't wrong.
go, James.
He looks a bit in pain. Yo, he's transforming into a goblin. What the fuck? Yo, you know what? Zach sold the acting, I'll give him that. It really did look like he's being strangled.
My deputies can watch out for us here. No vampires have been invited in.
Look, Elena, I know it sounds
Well, your
crazy,
timing is
but years
poor.
ago, it was your parents.
Well, I know that wherever you go, Salvatore vampires seem to follow.
There is that, yes.
You hungry?
You are correct.
No.
Eat him, Elena, do it. Gobble up his blood.
We will exterminate the entire vampire race for good.
How is that food? Imagine going to someone's house and they just went, yeah, do you want this, that, burnt meat?
Elena, you okay?
What's going on? I mean, I know what's going on, but what? Ah, yes, an olden times kettle as well. Just to really get on my nerves. Get her! Get her? Where are they? Some of the best editing I've seen from this show.
It's you again. I don't get it.
You should probably tell her that you're Klaus, technically. See, I don't know how I feel about this one, Klaus. Okay. Shut it down, Klaus!
Did you just call me love?
Oh, okay.
Klaus, you're disgusting.
And you're a glorious kisser.
Yeah, you deserve that one, mate.
Your mouth was all over me. I was an innocent victim.
Put Tyler
Sure.
Gladly.
I mean, he's just letting the news flow. He's like, yeah, just say, no, I'm not actually Tyler. Bonnie's doing spells. Great.
Spirits aren't listening.
Yeah, what a shock. They never bloody do.
There's something else I could try.
What?
Is chop your head off, Jeremy, and then feed your eyes to crows. That will save Lena.
How can you get there? You're not dead. No. No, Bonnie.
I was able to stop your heart.
Oh, we're doing this.
To myself. Find Elena, and I will bring her back with me.
Assuming you wake up.
I'm stronger now. I found a new source of power.
What? What's this new source? The power of 1,000 witches, which apparently isn't the most powerful source ever.
Takes a lot to hold a vampire. Reinforced steel, iron doors.
Pastor has a cattle ranch.
How do you know that, you freak?
It's remote, it's secluded.
It's a soul trap? Oh wow. I mean, that'll work.
You okay?
Stephen.
I didn't feed.
I find it so funny when I just have to, like, act weak and coughing and stuff.
Locked up in here without a drop of human blood inside.
Oh, yeah.
Just ignore her.
Has anyone done the math, or shall I?
So you got how many hours?
Less than 3 hours to feed.
3?
I get to watch you die all over again.
Not very long.
My day just got a whole lot better.
What's the problem though? Klaus is alive, you know that now. Yeah, I don't think this one's working, Bonnie.
Buddy, I can't let you do this.
Well, you are letting her do it though. You're dying. Mad.
What the hell is that? Buddy, no!
Well, I'm not gonna let you do this. Oh, I'm gonna let you do it. Let her do it.
Buddy, wake up!
No, don't wake up. This was the plan, Jeremy. I can't let you do this. But I'm gonna stand here and let you do it. What the fuck? Oh, could she feed on Ghost Bonnie? Would that work? If this works.
Stefan, something's happening.
I'm ascending.
We're going home.
No.
Wait, what? Why is Graham's got to be a knob?
What are you doing?
You can't be in here.
Well, she is.
From this sort of darkness.
Elena needs me. She is not your problem to solve.
Are you sure about that?
It is not nature's plan. Touch it again, and the spirits will unleash their anger in ways that will make you suffer.
Okay, I'm not being funny, Grants, but the amount of time you've spent waffling is she could have got Elena out. Grams, what's the point? Elena's not your problem to fix. That's all Bonnie's done the whole show. You might as well do it now. Oh.
Couldn't do it.
Grams, what? It wouldn't be cock blocked me. What would it be? Grams
That didn't work.
life blocked me, I guess. What the?
Stefan,
That was a fail then. So
I don't have time.
she's got a feed.
Shut up.
You think we're afraid of you?
I mean, you actually fell for that. You fell for that, Chad.
Sorry. Not my problem.
She's innocent. Let her out.
Well, that was good. That was a really good plan, Stefan. Nice. Yeah, you're a cool guy.
I upset the spirits trying to save Elena. I can't use that kind of magic again.
I thought he's just stuck in Dana's body.
Can't, okay? We'll just wait a few days until you're strong enough. What are you doing?
Wow.
Ripping Tyler's heart out? I'll give it to someone else. Maybe you.
Oh, my shit.
Pick, Bonnie. You or Tyler.
Wow.
You're killing him. Fine, I'll do it. Just stop.
Let's use Bonnie again. Cool. Can Bonnie do something else?
Let's begin.
They really just want to ship Klaus back out, I guess. This whole ep should be about Elena. This whole episode. We don't need Klaus trying to get back into his body. Not here.
Yeah, I'm here.
I did it Elena's last step.
I love you so much.
Yes, Stefan.
Do you know why I was even on that bridge?
Rebecca feels a bit of shit. She's like, what have I done here?
I picked you.
It's like, now you
Because I
can't.
love you.
Damn.
No matter what happens.
Paul Wesley's a good crier.
I can't see you right now.
I'm smiling.
And crying.
Me too.
Yeah, I feel shit, Rebecca. And they're here, just in time. I mean, you might want to get a jog on, though. Matt's gonna get shot.
We just storm the place with 0 weapons?
Nah, we don't need weapons. Just bait.
Wow, I mean, yeah. Did you need to eat Matt for that?
I want to kill him.
Go away. You are not invited in, and I'm not coming out.
Wrecked. Good plan, Damon. Bonnie's gonna like ascend and she's like some evil witch.
Caroline. Hey.
Yeah.
Bonnie, what are you doing?
Bonnie, what are you doing?
Child.
Oh!
Stay away.
Backhand grams, get gone! What is happening?
You made your choice. Now they're taking it out on me.
Oh, Gary, more trauma for Bonnie!
I'm sorry, Chris.
Oh, instantly.
What did I do?
This is a joke. What did I just say in the Q&A? And now you're all there ripping into Bonnie instantly. Yeah, more trauma. Grams just died again, by the way. What the fuck? You needed to do this in Ep 1.
We have money, castles, apartments, jewelry.
Castles.
Just name your price and let me out.
I'd much rather watch you die.
Oh, mate, you really fell for that. You fell for that old chestnut. Did he just explode his head? So the blood she's going to drink is some random henchman's. Wow, that's a lot of blood. There we go. Ooh, Rebecca kind of helped with that. That's so far away. Stefan, you could help a bit. What happened to her not wanting to be a vampire, though? There we go. It's done. It's dunsies. That's the right writing choice. We'll say that. Pumping full of lead. Okay. Wrecked. Did you just stab him with a shotgun? He shoved a shotgun through him.
Can't possibly hate me more than I hate myself.
Okay.
Yes, I can.
Really?
And you.
Ah. How did you get out? What do you want? This sounds Catherine. No, the Catherine wouldn't do that. How did she even get out? Oh, I guess God would have had keys, no.
Oh, just stop. Stop saving me.
What the hell's your problem?
Thank you.
What the hell's your problem?
You just let me drown.
What, you think you were my first choice?
Elena's a vampire because of me.
No, it's because of 3 other people.
So every morning you get out of bed, you sure as hell better earn it.
Everyone's just so sick of Matt. Oh, they're just bullying him.
It's a little hard to keep track of all your choices lately, Elena.
Oh, salty.
I remember everything. Stefan or Matt or anyone else. Me.
Are we done here?
If it had been you at
Fuck
the
a
bridge
demon.
last night, and not Stefan, and I begged you to save Matt.
I would have saved you.
Oh yeah, easily. Yeah, he would have. 100%. 100%.
And you would have gotten to grow up and have the life that you wanted, the life that you deserved. And I know that I didn't used to get that.
Picking
but I
Matt
do
was...
now.
If it was Jeremy in the car, I think that would be more of a understandable dilemma. Why would Damon ever care about Matt? I'm even confused that Stefan does. I know he doesn't, it's just because Elena. No, classes back then.
How dare you save Caroline over me?
Hello, brother. I thought you were dead. So pleased you're not.
You left me.
I only had time to save one of you, and you can't be killed. Rest assured, I had a worse day than you.
You don't know anything about family.
Well, I know how easily they can be silenced with a dagger.
Get bullied.
Down, Rebecca. There's a good girl.
It's always been me. Not Finn, not Elijah, not Cole, me.
She has a point.
I loved you through everything and you didn't even care.
Drop it!
I want your family. Here's your family.
Oh, she's done it. She's done it.
You are nothing.
He's a knob. Rebecca deserves better. I'm glad she did that, you know. I think she did that so Klaus would have to stay in Mystic Falls.
And she'll never crave blood. But you will.
Has she had a ring made for her yet? Because she's about to burn. No.
Best thing that you've ever lived through.
Cool.
I'll be with you. Forever. I want.
Oh, he's buzzing. It's like, yeah, actually, it's not that bad.
We should get inside before sunrise.
Bonnie made this for you yesterday.
Is it a ring? Yeah, she's just whipping these out now. Another. Oh, it sparkles. Like Edward Cullen. Right. Yeah, she's going to be miserable in Ep 2.
Folks, by now you know that the vampires have escaped.
He's about to kill them all.
Here you go. Take that back.
And it won't be long before they retaliate against us.
What?
But fear not.
I'd be gone. As soon as he locks the door, I might be on out.
And to lead us in a movement.
Yeah, and as soon as he says that, I'm like, yeah, see you later, bro.
Soon you'll be free to pass through the gates.
Rugby tackling?
Reunite in eternity.
Seriously, Pastor, what's going on here?
What do you think?
We are the beginning.
Too little too late on that scream. Someone you barely know goes to lock the door, and then like starts waffling about how you're gonna ascend, like, get out. Or rugby tackle the bloke. You know, what's going on? I'm talking like I'm in that situation. I'd absolutely smash it. I've just realised the audio might be kind of bad for this app, because it didn't. Voice record. Sorry about that. You'll be fine. I think you'll cope. You can have the olden days audio, which is unfortunate for you, but yeah, I do apologise for that one. I've literally just realised. But yeah, there we go, guys. That is episode 1 of the Vampire Diaries season 4. Pretty good episode. The only thing I would say is I don't think we needed the Klaus stuff this episode. I think you could have saved that for episode 2. I think this episode should have been entirely about Matt's guilt, Elena turning into a vampire, Damon being angry at the situation, Stefan feeling guilty as well about having picked Matt over Stefan, and then yeah, have some reactions from some kind of like Caroline and Bonnie. Bonnie shouldn't have even been in this episode apart from having a reaction about it. Here's the dilemma. It's like, I'm at a point where I'm like, you need to stop using Bonnie for all these spells, but then it makes sense in the story. Like, of course they'd go to Bonnie to try and find some way to get around it. I'm so happy they didn't. Even though they almost did. She was going to get Elena out there and probably should have. But no, Grams had to get in the way. And then she started using dark magic on Klaus anyway, so it didn't even matter in the end. She should have just seen that one through, but yeah, I'm glad they went down the road of having to be a vampire, so that's good stuff. Everything to do with Elena, Stefan, Damon and Matt was great. Everything else was, I'm not bothered. Just because I'm not going to get invested in those storylines in the episode where your main character is transitioning to a vampire. So I just think it was poor timing on that one. But yeah, pretty good episode. I'm going to give this one a, I think it would have been mid to high 8 had they cut out some of the stuff and replaced it with other scenes, but unfortunately they did have all that stuff in this episode which they didn't need to. So I'm going to give it a base 8 out of 10. I think it's a really good idea to go down the storyline. I assume they were going to, because I think it just would have been, I don't know, if you weren't going to turn her into a vampire here, then they would have just tempted with the idea later on, and then it would have just felt repetitive. So, like, how many seasons of this show did I say? It was like 8. I think 8 seasons overall. Yeah. So if they weren't going to do it here, then when? So yeah, there we go, guys. Thanks for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Let me know what you thought of the episode down below in the comments. And if you do want the early and uncut reactions to the Vampire Diaries, then link to the Patreon page will be in the description and one of the comments down below. And I'll see you next time for episode 2. Until then, take care. Peace.